Hare Krishna, everyone. Okay, I will unmute you all. Can you unmute yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we are live on YouTube, children, and we will maintain decorum. I will begin with your class and welcome again. Let us just start with the Pratna Mantra, which I taught you yesterday, and I'm sure one of you will be able to recite it very efficiently for me. Can you raise your hand who can recite it very efficiently for me? I see two raised hand, Parnika and Yashashwini. Okay, I will give turn to Yashashwini today. Please unmute yourself, Yashashwini.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Switch on your camera.
Mataji, actually there is no current in my hand.
Okay, then let Parnika recite today.
Okay, Mataji.
Okay, Parnika, unmute yourself. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Your video is upside down. Okay, I will let you do it from tomorrow, okay? You can mute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, start with the pranam mantra, Parnika. Only pranam mantra.
Yes, ma'am. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yenam Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you. And now I will mute you all. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जलाशलाकय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमतिभक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna to all of you, and may Prabhupada and Lord Krishna bless this session, and we all are blessed today. I will start with the presentation, and I would request each of you not to raise your hand unless I ask you to do, not to unmute yourself unless I ask you to do. Today is day one, and we will start from slideshows. This is the first screen. As we all know, we are going to go ahead with the classes on Bhagavad Gita as it is. It is based on the teachings of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON. Prabhupada ki jai. The chapter 1 talks about Arjun Vishad Yoga, observing the armies on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. There are different reactions of three people to the same battlefield. There are three people mentioned, and we will see who are those three people. Arjun observes the army. There are reasons given by Arjun not to fight or not for not fighting. I've requested you yesterday and today as well. I will request you with my folded hands. Have an open mind to learn. Please open your mind. Please leave all the baggage. Please leave everything that you have known from past. And do not think that you learn the shlokas, you can recite the shlokas, you know the chapters. It is not going to help you. You have to be very open to learning. This is the brain that I spoke yesterday about. So we have to be open. I will let you know when you will raise your hands. Not now, not in the middle of the session. No disturbance at all. Okay. Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new. This is written by Albert Einstein. We do understand Albert Einstein. He was a very big scientist and he has written a very good quote for people like us, for kids like you, for teacher like me, and for everybody. We all make mistakes. There are types of mistakes mentioned in the second chart in the blackboard. We see there are aha moments mistake. There are stretch mistakes. There are sloppy mistakes. There are high stakes mistakes. There are few mistakes which are intentionally. There are few mistakes which is the learning opportunity from which we learn and we make sure that we do not repeat it. Today we will come to know how to make a mistake a positive learning opportunity and how to go ahead and learn it. Learn from what you have done wrong, how you will own it, how you will fix it, how you will learn from it, and then move on and not keep on repeating the same old stuff every time. This is the beautiful Vigrah of Sri Radha Govinda Temple, Nantur, Mangalore. The temple president is Namanishta Das Prabhuji. And in the picture, we see the wonderful devotee, Srila Prabhupada. Such a beautiful Vigrah. It will give your day, it will give your life lots of divine blessings. This is the pranam mantra that I've already recited, and this is what I wish you to learn. I request you to learn. So today we see the meaning of this mantra. Om. Om is the word that we use. Om is the mantra that we use to purify our soul and to give our obeisance to the Lord, to the Paramatma, to let him know that yes, I'm calling you with my full heart and devotion. Om Agyantimirandasya Jnananjala Shalakaya. I was born in the darkest ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes. Chakshur unmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Nama. The spiritual master who has opened my eyes with the torch of knowledge, I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. Srila Prabhupada Prananti. We speak, we recite Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine. I offer my respectful obeisances unto His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, who is very dear to Lord Krishna, having taken shelter at His lotus feet. So we are seeking His blessings so that we prosper in our life in all the activities and endeavors that we do. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshitarine. Our respectful obeisances are unto you, O spiritual master, servant of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami. You are kindly preaching the message of Lord Chaitanya Dev and delivering the Western countries which are filled with impersonalism and voidism. In the picture, we see a beautiful structure of a beautiful lordship that is Prabhu Chaitanya. Panchatattva mantra, Maha mantra. It is not only mantra, it is Maha mantra. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Nityananda, Sri Advaita, Gadadhara Pandit, Srivas Thakur, and all the devotees of Krishna. And you all are the beautiful kids, the beautiful devotees who are going to learn the Life Users Manual, and you all will be walking the path of divinity and spiritualism. And I will be the leader who will make sure that we all walk together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. May Lord Krishna bless us all. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. You must be thinking, why is Mataji repeating this mantra so frequently and so regularly? I will let you know. Why ISKCON's Bhagavad Gita is as it is. I've given you a hint yesterday just because it is exact version how Krishna gave his beautiful teachings to Arjun. Prabhupada translated it exactly the same way without making any modifications. A message of Krishna comes from an unbroken chain of disciplic succession. It is very important here. It has to it has to always come from Guru Shishya Parampara, that is, unbroken chain of disciplic succession. See, when you charge a mobile phone, and if you do not put a correct charger in the socket and in the phone, sometimes the phone goes bad, sometimes the charger does not function efficiently, sometimes the charger does not charge at all. A house connected to the electric grid, only then it gives light to the full house. The full house is illuminated properly. But if it is not connected properly and people are using all illegal wires to get electricity at home, it will be only for few hours, few minutes, sometimes for few days, and they will get caught from police. There is a main transmission line, then there is step down transformer, electricity poles, distribution substance. There are lots and lots of transformers. There are differentiation of commercial consumers, industrial consumers, domestic consumers. When it is unbroken chain of transmission from the power generation station through the proper electronic devices to the proper machinery system, only then we can get the proper light, the proper electricity at our homes. If it is broken at any part, any portion, we do not get the optimum benefit. We do not get the efficient lighting at our home. In the same way, unless we get the knowledge from the source without breaking it into parts in unbroken chain of disciplic succession, we do not get the real and the authentic knowledge. As I've already introduced you yesterday in a very brief introduction, I will still go ahead today and brief you again for the people who have joined us today. So, from where are we learning? From where are we getting into this online mode of classes and trying to learn this Bhagavad Gita as it is in this 18 days time? We are getting it from Mangalore, Nantur, ISKCON. Where is it located? In Sri Beach Radha Govinda Temple, Coconut Garden Road, Tolgate, Tollgate Kadri, Mangalore, Karnataka 575002. The temple president, our respectful H.G. Namanishtadas, who is not only the temple president, he is a very intelligent man. He is a B.Tech from IIT Kanpur. He is a very highly qualified person. And now we see Bhagavad Gita as it is, pictured here. Next to it, we see the Guru Shishya Parampara, how it was given from Krishna to someone, then to someone, then to someone, then to someone. Finally, it came to Srila Prabhupada, who imparted it to his disciplic students, who took it from his disciplic masters, and then it has come to us. So Srila Prabhupada gave it to Swami Jayapataka Maharaj, Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, and then it was given to H.G. Ramanishtadas Prabhu. And Srila Prabhupada also received it from Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur. And above him, there were multiple good sages. So, this is what is called Guru Shishya Parampara, disciplic succession. The Vedic truth, transcendental knowledge, reaches the student by the descending process from the Vedas and through the Gurus. Now, see, here is a question mark in the brain of the child, and there is a mother who is looking at the chair. How confusing things can be without proper direction or user's manual. The mother does not know how to assemble a new chair. She has brought it from the market. In the same way, there is a child just standing near one of those street lights. There are lots of signals mentioned there. No turn on, red, 6 a.m., 9 a.m., Monday, Friday, caution, don't move right, don't give U-turn, speed checked by radar, speed limit 25, wrong way, this, that. But we don't know. The child is so confused what to do, how to cross the road. Will this action make me happy? So here is one person who is taking the action, who is trying to reach multiple knowledge sources to see if he becomes happy or not. He tries to take one way, he's unhappy. He tries to take another way, that way goes to Bhagavad Gita, but he's happy. Can we influence our happiness through our actions? Lord, please talk to me. And Lord gives a Bhagavad Gita in the hands. So what does Bhagavad Gita mean? Bhagavad plus Gita. What do you mean by Bhagavad? Bhagavad is the words of Bhagwan. What is Bhagwan? Bhagwan is God. When the God spoke, the mouth that spoke was not the ordinary mouth that belonged to Lord Krishna. Gita. What is Gita? It's a song. It's a beautiful song. It is a song of God. Bhagavad Gita is our life's user's manual. I told you yesterday, kids, if you buy a new machine, if you buy a new bicycle, if you buy a new washing machine, if you buy a new car, if you buy a new home, if you buy a new anything, there is a particular rule to be followed. The new skates, if you get it, if you do not do it, practice it under the prescribed instructions, you will fall down. You will break your legs, your heads, your hands. In the same way, if you do not know how life should be just taken ahead, you will be struggling with life. So here we have to understand our life's user manual is Bhagavad Gita. Like a life skill we acquire, we will not forget. In the same way, once we learn Bhagavad Gita, it stays with us lifelong. See, Bhagavad Gita is just like a sun. What is the sun doing here? Sun is giving the enlightenment. What is the enlightenment doing here? The sun is helping to see. There is darkness, there is wrong deeds, there is dirt, there is misuse of resources. But the sun, the light, the preachings, the knowledge that we get from Bhagavad Gita tells us what is right, what is wrong, what is supposed to be done, and what is not to be practiced, what has to be stopped immediately, what has to be continued effective today itself. In the pictures, you see a girl wiping, mopping the floor. She's trying to clean her home. In the second picture, you see there is the torch which is illuminating one of the experiments of science. And see, there is a glass filled with dirty water, glass filled with clean water. There's a plate in which there was a food which is not good for our body, a junk food which was thrown on the ground. So, are we supposed to throw the food on the ground? No. But are we supposed to clean the ground? Yes. Are we supposed to make the water dirty and drink it? No. Are we supposed to keep the water clean, covered, and drink it? Yes. So, our life is also like this. What is supposed to be done? What is supposed not to be followed? We have to understand it. Have faith in Gita. So anything that you begin, anything that you start, if you do not have faith, it is not going to help you. In social science, there are different parts of science: human geography, economics, linguistics, political science, anthropology, communication, sociology, psychology, criminology, law, development studies, cultural studies. So many studies under social science. Imagine what kind of knowledge Gita has. If these many knowledge is inside one of the subject, one of the parts of a subject, imagine what Gita has. It has everything. Now, here comes the real picture. Dialogue between Krishna and Arjun. Yesterday I showed you a slide and I showed you Lord Krishna was talking to Arjun. And what was his conversation all about? I'm going to explain you today. Lord Krishna is talking to Arjun and he's also the charioteer of Arjun. Parthasarathi means Krishna acted as the charioteer of Arjun. He explained Arjun how to go ahead in this war. He not only explained, he rather drove his chariot. He made sure that Arjun was seated very safely, very securely, and he takes part in the war very, very nicely. He is not interrupted in his life mode, in the way, in the path that he is meant to go on. In the same way, if we accept Krishna in our life, he will be our charioteer as well, kids. He will direct us, He will guide us, He will let us know how to act, in which direction we have to go. He will stay with us every time. What is the part of the epic of Mahabharata that we are looking at? So here is a boy who is taking the binoculars and is trying to see what are we supposed to understand. Okay, so here we see Krishna is trying to say something to Arjun. Arjun is kneeling down. He is not able to understand what to do. But you know what is he doing in his picture? In this picture, he is trying to see everybody who is present in the Mahabharat Kurukshetra war. Who all are present there? My friends, my relatives, my family members, my beloved people, who all are there, with whom we have to fight. This is what he is thinking. You know, who were in the family tree in Mahabharat, the people who were all included and who all were involved. So there was Vyasadev. He had two sons, Dhritarashtra and Pandu, and a third son, Vidura. Dhritarashtra was father and he gave birth to Kauravas. So his sons were Kauravas. Pandu also became a father and he gave birth to his sons. His sons' names were Pandavas. But Vidura did not have any sons. He did not get married. This is the family tree of Mahabharata. The entire story revolves around them, and we understand what is to be learned from that family tree, from the actions that these people did. See, in this picture, there is an apple tree. There's a boy who is on the tree and he's plucking the apples and he's giving to the person who is standing below the tree. The important part is the apple here. So the tree belongs to somebody. Boy is climbing the tree and is plucking the apples, giving it to someone. Bhaktir RP's family tree. Okay. So in the same way, you can make your family tree in the way I have showed you Mahabharat's family tree. This is your activity. You will make. So this is one of the disciple, RP. and this is her family tree. I want you to make your family tree on a sheet of paper, on A4 size sheet of paper, or at the back of your notebook, any plain sheet of paper. Write it very nicely, very tidily, and send it to the message in WhatsApp. I will have a look at it, and whosever family tree will be very beautiful, very neat and tidy. I will show it in the live class session. You can include your grandparents, your aunt, uncle, your distant families, your immediate families, your cousins, your buajis, your masijis, your dada's family, your nana's family, everybody, maternal, paternal, whichever you want. You can make your family tree as the way you want. You can make a small family tree, just a small one, your father, mother, and you, your brothers, sisters. I'm perfectly fine. See, there are different types of family tree which different people have made. In the same way, I will want you to send your family tree. There are total 18 chapters in Bhagavad Gita classes. The first six chapters talks about karma yoga. It is itself the process of acting and being detached from the result. Middle six chapters is Bhakti Yoga. It is the art of doing everything for Krishna. And the last six chapters is Bhakti is the only thing that attracts Lord Krishna. Chapter 1 is observing the armies on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. There are 700 verses in Bhagavad Gita. You know, now I will tell you how many dialogues, verses means dialogues, how many dialogues which characters spoke. See, in the first box, you see Lord Krishna, who has spoken 574 dialogues, verses. In the second part of the square, you see Arjun. He has spoken 84 verses. In the third one, below part, you see Sanjay. He has spoken 41. In the fourth part, you have seen Dhritarashtra. He has just spoken one dialogue, one verse. And then in the below part, it is the percentage calculation, which I will not include because we have small kids also in the group. The people who are grown up can understand. You can just look at this slide and understand it. So Krishna drove the chariot in the midst of both the armies. This is a picture we saw just before 3 slides. Arjun was in a dilemma whether to fight the battle of Kurukshetra or just get away without fighting. So this is the shloka 1 of Bhagavad Gita, chapter 1, verse 1. This is the first verse. Dhritarashtra uvacha dharmakshetra kurukshetra samaveta mamakah pandavaschaiva kim kurvata sanjaya kim kurvata sanjaya. So the person is asking Sanjay, Dhritarashtra, I told you people yesterday, he was blind from his birth. He was not able to see anything. And Sanjay, on the other hand, was the beautiful soul. He was a disciple. He was you know, a disciple of Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva gave him the divinity, the divine vision. It was given to him, bestowed to him. He could see whatever activities were happening in the Dharma Kshetra, Kurukshetra, the Mahabharata war happening there. He could see everything and recite it in front of Dhritarashtra Maharaj. So Dhritarashtra Maharaj said, "O Sanjay, after assembling in the place of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra, place of pilgrimage, Dharma Kshetra, what did my sons and the sons of Pandu do, being desirous to fight?" See, such a kind of question he asks. He himself wanted the war. He's saying, my sons and the sons of Pandu. You saw that family tree. Dhritarashtra and Pandu are brothers, our own brothers. But he's not saying my sons and my brother's sons. He's not saying my sons and my nephews. He's saying my sons and the sons of Pandu. This is a very bad thing that he's doing because he's not accepting the kids as equal. This was the main reason why this war took place. the desires, the wrong practices, the wrong intentions. See, this is how the Kurukshetra war looked like. There were so many people, warriors from both the ends. They were assembled there, they gathered there to take part, to participate in that war. This is the place, this is the scene that I've explained to you multiple times. You have to remember it when Sanjay is explaining everything to King Dhritarashtra. Here, I've told you yesterday, Bhishma Pitama is approached by Dusashan, Duryodhan, and he's talking to him, he's explaining him the kind of planning that Pandavas have done. And Arjun is very sad. He's not happy to fight. He does not want to fight. Everybody present there belongs to his family like a family tree. He does not want to fight with anyone. And in the last picture, I see Lord Krishna is speaking to Arjun. He's explaining to Arjun. He's letting Arjun know why he should take part in the fight, why he should fight, and what is the importance of his fight. Okay. Now I will proceed further. See, whenever you unmute yourself, I have to come back being distracted to see who all are doing that. So don't do that. I will become very, very sad to see my beautiful children are doing these type of things. Now we see different reactions to the same scene. The scene here, the scene. The scene is in the picture. What is the scene? The scene is both the armies are assembled on the Dharamkshetra Kurukshetra. This side Kauravas, this side Pandavas and their army. In the middle of the army, in the middle of the area, Lord Krishna drives the chariot of Arjun and makes him see both the parties together. You know why? He wants to see how do you react to the same scene. The scene is same, but people, the different kind of people react to the same situation differently. So there are three kinds of people in this world. Dhritarashtra is one of the kind. This is Duryodhan, another of the kind. This is Arjun, another of the kind. This is Lord Krishna, Paramatma. So Paramatma is giving the vision, is giving the knowledge, is imparting us the importance of the vision, of the reactions that we do in day-to-day life. Everybody faces different type of actions. The same action, for example, going to test. Three people, three different kinds of people will have three different kinds of emotions and reactions just to go to the test. You did not get good marks in the test. Three categories of people, three different reactions. You got wonderful marks in the test. Three people, three categories, three different reactions to the same incident, to the same scene. This is what I will teach you today. See, there's a glass of milk which is being boiled in a pan kept on the induction. Okay, this is boiling. So the glass of milk is Dharma Kshetra. So the place is very, very ominous. The place is very, very good. It is a Dharma Kshetra. It is a pious place. Now, as I told you, Dhritarashtra says, Mamaka Pandava. Mamaka. This word, my sons and Pandava. Pandavas are like outsiders. He's not mentioning them as the brother's son, neither he's mentioning them as his nephews. He's just naming them Pandavas. So he is just trying to exclude them from his family tree. Kim Akuravata. What are they doing? What are they exactly doing in the war grounds? Obviously, they went there to take part in the war. They are participating in the war, but why is he so, you know, anxious? Why does he want to know what is happening there? You know why? Because he is not doing the right thing. He's scared. He's very scared. He does not know the actions that are being done there. Is it like a boiling milk? Is it like a calm milk in a glass? Is it like a good deed? Is it like a bad deed? Who will win? My children or Pandavas? So he's so panicked. He's so worried. He's so scared. He's a category of person who is very, very doubtful, who is very scared. Now, see, the milk was boiled, the milk was turned into cottage cheese or paneer after putting some lemon in it. So it took another form. It was made into paneer, and the paneer were made into rasgullas. Okay? The beautiful sweet from the street of Kolkata, and now it is worldwide. So the milk was churned and made to that form of paneer, cottage cheese, that it could be just molded into rasagullas, the sweet item. So if I give you a plate of rasagulla, what will you do? You will eat it. What will you do of that rasgulla? You cannot keep on looking at rasgullas. You will eat it. So now, if a person has gone to Dharmashetra to participate in a war, what will the warriors do? They will take part in war. They will fight against each other. What is the question asked here? What is my sons and Pandavas doing in Kurukshetra? Obviously, they are fighting. What will they do there? Right. But Arjun, he is another category of man and the category of person. He is depicting another category of people who is sad, who is lamenting, who is feeling very pity. He is feeling very sorrow. He is very sorrowful. He does not want to take part in these fights. Why? Why is he so sad? Because he's very compassionate. He loves people. There is no enjoyment in fighting. It is a sin to fight. The traditions will get lost. And there's a fifth portion. His mind is illusioned. He is not happy. He is very, very confused, and he does not want to take part in the view. He does not want to take part in the fighting, because you know what happens when these type of fights takes place. It just gives chaos. It just gives sorrow. It does take life of people who have participated in the war. The warriors die. When a person dies in a family, the wife of the person is left alone in this world. The kids are left alone in the world. There's lots of trauma. So Arjun feels it. Arjun thinks about it. And you also understand the person who is killing, be it a warrior from this part, be it a warrior from this part. Nobody feels pleasure. Nobody feels happy. When you fight with anyone, no one feels happy. There is no love when we fight. There is no love at all. There is no emotions. It is a sin to fight. You hurt each other. You make the situation very bad. When a person dies, the wife has to go out to earn money. The children have to go out to earn money for livelihood. Please make sure you are on mute. Do not play with your mics. I do not want to take your name and it goes live on YouTube and your family and friends come to know that you are doing this. It is not good. The traditions will get violated of family. Now let's see compassion. In the first picture, the person with umbrella is trying to give shade to another person. It is a feeling of love, friendship, care. The elephant is trying to put umbrella to his another animal friend. In the third picture, The elder sister is taking care of the younger one. In the third, in the fourth picture, you see, and the friend is taking care of the other friend. So it is compassion. You take care of each other. You think about each other. You are thoughtful. You really want to do good for others. You don't want to hurt people. No enjoyment. No friends or relatives to enjoy with. No enjoyment. If you fight with each other, no friends, no relatives, no enjoyment. You stay alone. That is not good. This is not what you want. Sin. It is bad. Yeah, stealing in the picture, the boy is stealing a toy from the shop. In another picture, Pinocchio is just speaking lies and getting his wooden nose just enlarged day by day. It's not good. It is sin. We should not do it. As a kid, we have to be very, very thoughtful. Family tradition. See, this is a family tree of one of the kids. In the same way, you will send me your family tree. See the ideas, look at the ideas, you send it to me. See the family tree. If any of the male member is not in this picture, it would be so sad for that family. It would be so sad. The family tree will look so empty. That is why the family traditions, people should be happy. That is why Arjun does not want to fight with his relatives, with his friends, with his family. O Krishna, maintainer of the people, I have heard by disciplic succession that those who destroy family traditions dwell always in hell. So Arjun is requesting Krishna to just accept the part that he does not want to destroy the family tradition, and that is why he does not want to fight. But let's see what Krishna advises. Sanjay said, Arjun, having thus spoken on the battlefield, cast aside his bow and arrows, sat down on the chariot, his mind overwhelmed with grief. So Sanjay is explaining this incident to Dhritarashtra. Which incident? This incident. So here, Krishna and Arjun are speaking. Arjun is telling about his all the confusions in heart, all the problems and sorrows that he is feeling, the grievances that he is feeling to Lord Krishna, why he does not want to fight. The same thing, because of this divine vision, Sanjay is explaining to Dhritarashtra that Arjun has kept aside his bows and arrows, sat down on the chariot. His mind is overwhelmed. It is very, very sorrowful. It is grieved, indecision. Whether I should take the right turn, left turn, whether I should study commerce, science, accounts, whether I should apologize, not apologize, whether I should study, watch television, whether I should make friends or just fight with them. Any indecision that you have in your life. 9 reasons why Arjun won. So Arjun won in the battlefield. There are 9 reasons behind it. It is mentioned in this picture actually. In the picture, you see a flag, a red color flag, on which you see Hanumanji sitting, Lord Hanuman sitting there. Okay. You see Lord Krishna driving the chariot. It is a Dharma Kshetra. It is a pious ground. It is a ground which is made pious by performing multiple yagnas, multiple pujas. Divine chariot. The chariot is very divine. Lord Hanuman is sitting on the top roof of the chariot. Kapidhwaja flag. Kapidhwaja flag is a symbol that this is the chariot which is divine. Obviously, the divine things win in the life. Shankhanad, the conch shell. See, you see a conch shell, a shank in the hands of Lord Krishna. The conch shell is very, very ominous. It is very, very pious. Gandiv, the bow that Arjuna is carrying, it is Gandiv. It is the symbol of the winning party. Tyakta Jivita. This is another symbol, another indication that The person on this part is going to win the battle. Mokshada Ekadashi, the day on which the war took place, was Ekadashi day. Which Ekadashi? Mokshada Ekadashi. Every month there are two Ekadashis. So that day was Mokshada Ekadashi. Bhagya Lakshmi. So the wife of Vishnu, goddess Vishnu, was on the side of Arjun and Lord Krishna. Arjun performed a yagya to please Lakshmi Devi before coming to the battlefield. The Bhagya Lakshmi was along with Arjun. She was on the side of Arjun. Rishikesha. Krishna is also known by the name of Rishikesha. He was on Arjun's part. So, five subject matters in Bhagavad Gita is: what is the concept on which Bhagavad Gita is explained? The first concept is Lord, Ishwar, God, Krishna. The second concept is living entity, Jiva, living entity, anybody who is living. Mute yourself. The third concept, nature, Prakriti, the material nature. The fourth concept, Kal, the time factor. And the fifth concept, Karma, the activities.
Can you please show the previous slide? Ma'am, attendance link.
Requesting you all to be muted and not speak a single word. Any question, anything, I will make you speak. You will not disturb the class at all. If you get stuck in any slide, make sure you note down that slide number or the picture, but do not disturb. This is the previous slide. You can take a picture of it. You can click a picture. You can take the screenshot of all these slides, which is important. Now, the third part is Prakriti, the material nature. The Kal is the fourth part, the time factor. The fifth part is Karma, the activity. Next time I see anybody unmuted, anybody at all, I will remove you from the meeting. Okay, these are the five things that you have to make sure that we understand. These are the questions that will come in the quiz, and you all will not be able to answer if you do not go through it very nicely. It is not an open book quiz. It is going to be a very important quiz. It will help me to decide if I have to make sure that you all are awarded with a certificate or not. Be good. Okay, now here is another picture, Garuda and the sparrow. So there is another story of Garuda and the sparrow which is very important. Take away message. Transformation awaits you on the other side of the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is a life user's manual. Five subject matters in Bhagavad Gita. Five reasons for Arjuna's lamentation. Nine reasons for Arjuna's victory. And Krishna is your eternal friend and well wisher. This is the artwork which the past class students have shared with their teachers. I will request you all, if you draw, if you paint, please send me your work. I will collate it and I will display it. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhaiva cha patita nama pavanebhyo vaishanebhyo namo nama. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They are just like desire trees and can fulfill the desires of everyone, and they are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Okay. Now I will take your questions and answers, and I will share the quiz link as well.